I got hustled at an Outback Steakhouse. Jacob, Jason, and I all went out to dinner the other day, Saturday night, and whatever. We went to Outback. Just we're steak-loving guys, We're uh, classic American men. We want our steak. So we went there. We love three things: steak, women, and Outback Steakhouse. Luckily, the third one includes the first two. So we show up, we get put at our table, and we have this. I gotta say, I've been to Texas Roadhouse, Logan's Roadhouse, Longhorn Steakhouse, and Outback Steakhouse. And Outback Steakhouse really, really knows. I don't know who's in charge of the hiring over there, but they're doing a great job on hiring eights out of tens, that is. Beautiful babes over at Outback Steakhouse. And so we get this lovely waitress. I'm not going to say her name, but it rhymed with baloney. And she was chatting us up as soon as we got in. And it's three good-looking guys. It's not really like God left her much of a choice on what she was supposed to spend her time doing. But so she was being very polite to us, and we were reciprocating. And so she just came over, got our drinks, came over, gave us our onion blossom appetizer, and then she came back and clearly she was not interested in us, but had interest in talking to us. And so like I said, we were talking back and forth. Jacob, of course, has a girlfriend, so he's like, I'm just here to watch. I'm just the referee. Jason and Harry, it's up to you guys. You're two racing speedboats. I'm gonna be the guy to see who's ahead. But you following me? Classic speedboat analogy. Anyway, so she came over and was just like, yeah, my manager's manager is here, so I got to make sure I'm being very attentive to all the customers. If you need anything, let me know, and maybe even give a woohoo or something like that to let the manager know that I'm doing my job and I'm doing a good job. So I was like, hey, that's no problem here, lady. Madam, actually, sorry, we're at a place of business. So, we were just joking back and forth. Jason was getting some jabs and I was getting some jabs in. And, no big deal. Just at the end of the night, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put my phone number on the receipt. I'm gonna put my phone number on the receipt and give it to this lady. And I had a $27 meal. I'm gonna give her $10 tip. So what's that? $10 is what percent of 27? I don't know. 25. Ooh, just typed it into Google here. That's a 37% tip. So very generous. Anyway, so the bill came. I had a $10 bill, so I paid with the $10 bill. I thought it'd be a little more impressive to be like, hey, I've got $10 in my wallet and it's all going to you, as opposed to just writing it down with a crayon on the receipt. So I got my receipt. I paid the tip with cash, but I paid the meal with my credit card. So I got the receipt back, and it has a spot for the tip if you're going to pay the tip on your credit card. So I wrote a dash through that, or I wrote the word cash. Sometimes you could leave a dash or write the word cash, anything that rhymes really with that. And then for the total, my meal was $27, so I included the tip. I wrote $37 down. And I left my $10 tip on the table, right where it belongs, and then I wrote my number on the customer's seat, and I went on my merry way. Now, I never got a text back. And that threw me off a little bit. There's two good-looking guys here at this table. So I was just figuring, hey, you should pick at least one of us. And so I waited all Saturday night to see if I would get any text back. I was like, maybe I left the wrong number. Maybe I put it on the wrong receipt. Maybe I gave it to the wrong waitress. Maybe the busboy came by and had a crush on the waitress and he saw my plan the whole time, so he came over and shredded it up before she could see. Either way, no text Saturday, no text Sunday. Now, I was on my computer Sunday night. I was buying some Christmas gifts. Buying some Christmas gifts. I didn't mean to slip there. I was not buying Crips Christmas gifts. I am not affiliated with any gang, actually. I was buying my family Christmas gifts. I'm in the family gang, you know what? And I was looking over my credit card bill just to make sure I'm not spending over $3,000 a month, which I'm getting fairly close. But I was looking at my statement here, and it was saying, you spend $60 at Giant, you spent $30 at Sheets on Gas, and then it said Outback Steakhouse, you spent $37, and I was like, whoa, hey, record scratch. What's the deal here? I spent $37 at Outback Steakhouse. I know my meal was only $27. I left a $10 tip in cash. What are they doing? Why did they double charge me for the tip? And then I realized exactly what I told you. It seemed clear now because I know what happened, but at the moment I didn't know what happened. I realized what I had done to the receipt. I wrote down the total, including the tip. So I wrote $37 down on the receipt. Additionally, I left a $10 cash tip. So I got charged $10 extra for the tip on my card, and I left $10 on the table, which means I left a $20 tip for a $27 meal. In other words, I left a 75% tip. And I got no tips back. Can you believe that? I mean, at some point, you just have to feel obligated. I used to work at Giant. If anyone, you're not allowed to accept tips at Giant, but if anyone even gave me a wink, I would feel like, hey, if you want, I can text you. Or at FedEx, I see everyone's phone numbers on the labels. Sometimes they include those, and sometimes I just feel like I should, just on behalf of the company, and say, hey, I hope you are getting your package safe. You seem to have an interest in getting your package here, and I want you to know I'm along for the ride too. I hope you get it as well. So I'm not really upset that, hey, I must be ugly, and that's why she doesn't want to text me back. Maybe she's not a fan of the White Coffee podcast. Maybe she wanted Jason Seeger to stay on as host. And I'm sorry if any of those things are true. But after a $20, 75% tip, don't you feel like I should at least give him a hello? I don't know. Maybe I'm just chivalrous. So that's how I got swindled at an Outback Steakhouse. And I'll be back next week. And I'm leaving a 10% tip this time. On to my Christmas gifts. Like I was saying, I was going to get to that later. I'm still have yet to finish my Christmas shopping. I have 2 sisters I have yet to buy for. I have no idea what either of them like. They're both adults and out of the house, so I haven't talked to them in years. And last I knew, they were into like Barbies and Bratz and Polly Pocket dolls. So I really only have those ideas. But I bought everyone else gifts in my family. I bought my mother a beautiful canvas of a photo I took at Ocean City, Maryland, of a sunrise. It's beautifully orange, no filter. I think my favorite color is orange anyway. By the way, if anyone's wondering, in case you want to get me a Christmas gift, you can get me an orange or something orange of the variety. Speaking of orange, I bought my brother an orange Nike fleece hoodie. I bought my dad Anchorman, the board game, and I bought I said additionally already in this episode. I'm sounding pretentious. And if I wasn't, then that word certainly did it. Also, I bought my dad a chunk of the Bills' new era stadium turf. And you might be wondering, Harrison, where did you get this? Well, I guess every 8 years, the Buffalo Bills, the football team of, the NFL, the National Football Association, every 8 years they trade out their turf. They replace their turf, and they auction off the old turf to the public. Well, this guy bought all of it. Some random guy bought all of it, and he's selling it foot by foot to the public. So I bought a chunk of it, including the sideline, which was a pretty penny. Either way, it's framed, a shadow box, and a certificate of authenticity, blah, 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 blah. I got that for my dad. If you're interested, I think it's called the Buffalo Turf Team or something, Buffalo Turf Association, Buffalo Turf Company. Either way, you'll find it. Just look it up if that interests you. That's what I got for my dad. And my niece, I got a book. She's 2. I got her a book called The Worst Alphabet Book Ever on Amazon. It's called The Worst Alphabet Book Ever. P is for pterodactyl. T is for tsunami. And it has pages like that all in it. And then I got her that and a... What's the word for those? The viewfinder? iFinder? Viewmaster? I got our Viewmaster. One of those red things that you put like the film in, the circular film in, and you just look at it and you're like, wow, I see a dolphin. That's amazing. I got my little nephew. He's like 6 months old. I got him a teething ring, but it's shaped like brass knuckles. I just came up with that gift. Well, I was trying to come up with gift ideas. I thought it would be funny to get a brass knuckle a baby bottle. You know how you can get like brass knuckle coffee mugs? You can also get white coffee mugs. So if you'd want one of those, email me on Instagram or something. Anyway, or Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. I'll send you a white coffee mug. I got a ton of them. Anyway. I thought it'd be funny to get brass knuckles for a baby, and it was a perfect gift. It was a brass knuckle teether that they already had invented. So I got him that. And then my brother-in-law, I got a Vance Joy record, and that's it. I still have two other sisters. Of course, my friends and I got a couple other friends some gifts that I can't say because some of them might actually listen to this podcast. I don't want to say what I got to anybody. And then that's it. I still just have to buy for my sisters. Not that that interests you per se. You don't want to know what I got my family, but these are the gifts I found interesting. So maybe if you're stuck, you can think, oh yeah, that'd be a funny gift for a baby, or oh yeah, that'd be a cool gift for my dad, or oh, I have a beautiful canvas painting. Maybe I'll get that for my mother. Or if you'd like to see it and you're thinking about a canvas, DM me on Twitter there, and I'll sell you a canvas of my beautiful photo. I'm not giving that away for free. That's my best work ever. Anyway, so that's my Christmas gifts. Not my Christmas gifts, my Christmas gifts. I want to update the story of like the episode about 2 weeks ago called "Some Moron Flooded My Apartment." In the story, I said that someone was taking a bath because that is what the custodian, the maintenance man. Why are there so many different names for maintenance men? By the way, maintenance man, custodian, janitor. I mean, you don't even give that many names to a pilot or a doctor. Maintenance man. No, I'm not saying a maintenance man is any less of a value than a doctor, but why do we need so many names for him? Like a teacher only has one name. You can say, yeah, there's an English teacher and a science teacher, but they're still teachers. I mean, is there a difference between a maintenance man, a janitor, and a custodian? Custodian sounds cooler, though. I bet that's what they put on their business cards. Anyway, the maintenance custodian janitor had told me that the person above me was taking a bath at 7 in the morning, and it flooded the apartment. Now, when I was gone, the maintenance man came back and was talking to my roommate and ex-host of this show, not ex-host, but disenfranchised host from this channel, Jason, about what had actually happened upstairs, and he told Jason that the real story was that the people upstairs were showering without a shower curtain, and that all the water got onto the floor and soaked the apartment. So they're even bigger idiots than we thought. That's the only update. Speaking of that story, though, I told Jason, I was like, that's not even a big deal. All you need is a shower liner. Like, that's like $6 at Target. And then Jason was like, a curtain? You only need the curtain. You don't even need the liner. I was like, curtain? No, you need the liner. The liner is the plastic part that goes on the inside. The curtain you do not need. The curtain is just decoration. As much as I'm for extravagant decorations, if you can only afford one thing to cover up your water, it's not the cotton fabric curtain. It's the plastic waterproof liner. Anyway, that was an argument I got in, well, not argument, but disagreement I got in with Jason. But I was just like, am I a jerk for just asserting that I'm right, or am I actually right? If you only had to pick one or the other to keep the water away from your shower floor, would you pick a curtain or a liner? Because over the summer, we did have to get rid of our liner because it was getting gross, as wet plastic seems to do. So we got rid of the liner but didn't replace it, so we were using just the curtain. But I was keeping the curtain on the outside of the shower, like a moron, but I was just trying to be very gentle. But Jason kept flipping the curtain onto the inside to like keep the water in, but it also was like, you're soaking the entire curtain. That's gross. So I'm in the, I don't know, it depends how you see it. Like, he thinks he's right because when he thinks of a curtain, he thinks of it just, if you only have a curtain, you can put it on the inside. But I'm thinking the curtain, even if you only have the curtain, it can't go on the inside. You need the liner. You know what I mean? So, given the logic he's used before, he's right. But I think traditionally, as a society, we would all agree that he's not right. Come on, let's be honest. White coffee fans. So that kid above me is a moron. Lastly, I'd like to ask you, am I bad at saving? I mean, I spent $600 on a guitar. Was I supposed to say how much? Did I already tell you how much I did? Because I didn't mean to drop that much on you. I don't want to make it sound like I could afford it. But am I bad at saving? How much am I supposed to have saved up? I make a decent amount of money from FedEx a week. But how much am I supposed to have put away? I mean, school, I'm in debt, like quite a chunk of change. I mean, the 5 figures here. So should I have that much money in the bank to be able to pay it off? Or at work, like, I think by 25 you're supposed to have like a whole year's salary in your savings. Is that true? Or 35 maybe? Is that true? And then by 40 you're supposed to double that, and then by 42 you're supposed to double that or something. But right now I've got a decent chunk of change. I hope I didn't say chunk of change too much in this episode. I've got money in my bank account. I also have a Robinhood account. I think I've talked about before. That is taking off. Tesla's doing very nice. Apple's doing all right. I'm up a considerable amount from where I started in that, considering I've done nothing. And every paycheck I just take out. Give my mom a random number, basically, to take out of my paycheck, and just keep stored away for me. I don't know where she puts it. I don't even know how much I've accumulated, but I hope once I need a rainy day fund, I look in that wherever she keeps it, and I go, oh my gosh, there's $3,000 in here. So let's be honest. I think I'm pretty good at saving. I guess I'm saying, what else could I do to save money? Because I have it in the bank. I have it in certificates in the bank, so I have like $500 here, $500 there that I just can't touch for 18 months, and all they do is keep interest. Then I have it in stocks, and I have some just in cash that I don't know where it is. You know what I mean? What else? Like, honestly, what else could I do? I'm genuinely asking, is there anything else I could do? And not ways to make money, but ways to save money. You know what I mean? I guess the stocks is making money, but it's an account itself. That's how Robinhood makes their money. If you're wondering how Robinhood is free, it's because you put your money in their account, and they're a huge bank that just makes interest on all your money. It's all fake, man. All the money's fake. We used to have it in gold, and then we got rid of that or something. Lyndon Johnson? I don't know. I'm making that up, but I think we did used to have it all in gold, and now it's not in gold. That's how inflation is so bad, or something weird. You know what's not weird, though? The Xmas. Oh, I didn't mean to say Xmas. The Christmas theme we have on White Coffee starting today. Happy December 8th, everybody. I hope your Tuesday, December 8th, is having a great impact on your life. Today's song of the day is a Christmas song. One of my personal favorites. It's Paul McCartney's Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. You know it. Sing along. Let's sing now. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. A soothing Christmas jam from the one and only Sir Paul McCartney of Beatles fame, of course, the richest bassist in the world. Regardless, it's a classic Christmas song. It's, like I said, it's one of the high hits on my list. Now, I guess for the Christmas episodes, I can't really do much about songs that you haven't heard, but we're going through the Christmas theme. I guess I'll show you my favorite songs. So next week there'll be a good one. Blah blah blah. You know the song. I can't talk much about it. What am I going to tell you? By the way, it's by a Beatle. Anyway, you know what else is good? The word gravitas. I don't know if it's French or whatever from the Netherlands, but it's a noun meaning dignity, seriousness, or solemnity of manner. How about we forget that word? How about we just say it's dignity or seriousness? So you could say, if you take generous pauses, it gives your speech gravitas. Like Barack Obama, he's like, now, listen here. Take a pause. Try to say what you're going to say. That's my, could you guess who that was? Anyway, lastly, of course, we have the movie of the day. Again, following the Christmas theme. I don't know any Christmas words. What, like twinkle, maybe? But the movie and songs will at least follow the Christmas theme. And this is a classic Christmas movie from 1984, a horror fantasy flick running at an hour and 47 minutes. Gremlins. A gadget salesman is looking for a special gift for his son and finds one at a store in Chinatown. The shopkeeper is reluctant to sell him the mogwai, but sells it to him with the warning to never expose him to bright light, water, or to feed him after midnight. All of this happens, and the result is a gang of gremlins that decide to tear up the town on Christmas Eve. Directed by Joe Dante. Starring that one kid and Phoebe Cates. Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates. Beautiful Phoebe Cates. A real 10. I mean, you look at Phoebe Cates in Fast Times at Ridgemont High or Gremlins and you just think, you know what? You deserve to be in movies. Like, could you imagine Phoebe Cates being like your sales associate at Dick's Sporting Goods, just trying on soccer cleats? I don't think so. I think she should be in the movies. Anyway, Gremlins is a classic. Now, this episode's running a little short, but I had 3 big stories in it. 3, 4 chunks here. You know what I mean? I can't give you guys everything all the time. I don't want to bore you to death. Of course, if I talked any longer, it would just be, what's the word? Irreverent and unnecessary. But of course, we follow the traditions here on White Coffee, and we always look at the YouTube dashboard and see how the episodes are doing. Hopefully, we're up. Hopefully, we're up in views. Who knows, though? Sometimes we go down. Sometimes we go down. Either way, last episode was up to 207 views. Wow, we had 1 like and 1 dislike. Sorry if I offended anybody. 4 comments. It was probably all the porn accounts. Did I say that in the last episode that all the comments on White Coffee, if you see them before I remove them, are just porn accounts, which I think has something to do with the audience retention is always like 3 seconds. Like, of the people that actually watch this, I think half of them are fake or bot accounts. And I'm not saying everyone that actually watches this watches the whole thing. 20 minutes, 30 minutes is a long time. But I think these bot accounts go in, count as a view, but don't watch the video. So it's like, oh, that's another 0 view. That's another 0 view. So please, YouTube, get on this and get the porn out of my computer. Anyway, 207 views. That's nice. I don't understand the 1 dislike. I'm sorry if I offended anyone with my story about losing my wallet. But 207 views is 1 more than the video before, which had 206 views. So we're slowly climbing here at the White Coffee train, and let's see how this next episode does. And I'll see how it does, and I'll talk about it on Thursday, when I'll see you and talk about this with you in the future on Thursday, on Thursday's episode of White Coffee.